Hello, topic students. This is the introduction to session number 9. Today you have a number of things to work through. The first is a reading on Finnish education, that is the education in Finland. As you probably are aware, the system in Finland is often pointed to as one of the premier educational systems in the world. This is a good reading on that system. Keep in mind as you read this the differences between Finland and the United States. Obviously, it's a small country. It's pretty homogeneous in its outlook and demographics. So keep in mind a comparison and contrasting kind of framework as you go through this reading. There's a discussion area for you to comment on your thoughts afterward, and please comment on each other's takes on Finnish education as well. Next, there's continuing on our instructional technology thread that we've been working on in the last couple of classes. There is a video that was produced last year by the Horry County Schools regarding blended learning. I'd like you to take a look at that interview, and while you're doing that, keep in mind the following questions. The first being, what do you think the purpose of the video was, and do you think it tells the whole story? Again, I have posted a discussion area for you to write down your reflective thoughts on this, and again, feel free to comment on each other's posts. Keep in mind the cone of silence. What's said here stays here. Scotty Poston has done his professional development on the conflict cycle, and I would suggest that you look at this carefully, and you might want to download this and keep this PowerPoint, because one of the things that I often found is that not only do the professionals, the faculty, get into the conflict cycle with students and each other sometimes, but also support staff oftentimes needs to be made aware of the dynamics of the conflict cycle. For instance, bus drivers and so on. I think it might be a really good resource for you to use in the future with support staff. Also, Ben Prince's interview with Mark Wolf from the Horry County Schools. He's the director of the facilities. I think he gives us a really interesting perspective around all of the factors that go on in the areas of buildings and grounds, ranging from construction through maintenance. So for potential educational leaders, this is important information and a place that can take up a lot of your attention, and also obviously resources. A couple comments. I have sent you back your field experiences that you have submitted in the discussion area. A couple of those need a little bit more work. If you would, please just take a look at my comments on those, and if they're not in the format of the Board of Education template that I gave you, I would greatly appreciate if you just add those components. Won't take you very long, and then resubmit those. I really appreciated you doing the interviews with the technology people. Those were very well done, and will provide the committee here at Coastal with a lot of food for thought. And in fact, those are being fed as we speak into NVivo qualitative research software, which will pick up on themes. I'll let you know what we find out if anything emerges from that. Also, a couple of things that are upcoming. On November 3rd, your book review of the book you have been reading independently is due. You submitted to me your annotated bibliographies, and those looked really well done. And they should give you a good jumping off point for your paper on what might be a potential action research project for you in one of your internships. So one of the things that goes along with that is an action research lesson that will be delivered in the near future to you. Lastly, you have been listening to a couple of podcasts that were constructed by Mike Dowdy. Those were the ones that on instructional technology and productivity and so on. Mike has agreed to speak to our class, and he's scheduled for the 3rd of November. So start thinking about some questions that you might want to ask Mike. Mike is a really dynamic thinker on educational leadership. I think will also find he is going to talk about the perspective of special education from a parent's viewpoint. Mike has 2 girls, and both of them are deaf and have had cochlear implants. So he has a really unique perspective on sitting on both sides of the special ed table when it comes to that particular nuance of our systems. So you might want to be thinking about some questions to ask him about that. I have sent you the invitation for the upcoming educational forum. We will use that as a class on that Tuesday, so please keep in mind that you will come to class face-to-face at Wheelwright Auditorium here on campus. If you, I would greatly encourage you to come to the reception ahead of time. It'd be a good networking, opportunity for you. So with that, that's our introduction for today. I hope everybody stayed dry through all of the rain. I know that it's been a real tough go for lots of folks. So, you know, I guess as leaders, it's our job, you know, to help them through these tough times. Have a good one. Go Cubs.